Morning, another day out, and this time the weather's a bit better, no icy cold weather. So wee bit wind and it's a wee bit overcast, but new field. This should be fun. It's an old farm and it's a small farm, but we're going to be out for the first time on it. Nobody else has detected on it as far as they're aware. So fingers crossed for the first one, and I'll see you then. This is a very quiet field. Not a lot of junk on it. Martin's found a weird shaped horseshoe. It's not the standard horseshoe shape. It's got the standard more circular, and it's got the bit for, I don't know what the part of the house called at the back. It's like a triangle attached to it. It's a weird one. I've never seen a horseshoe like that, but I understand what it's for. It's obviously the softer part of the horse's hoof. It's to protect it, but it looks old, but anyway, I'll try and get a picture so I can show you. But on to mines. So far 3 holes, been here what, an hour and a half. 3 holes. 2 of them were chunky big bits of iron, a big nail and a big washer, and the third one is, it looks like a pot leg, a bit of lead. I think it's a pot leg or something like that, but that's it so far. Very quiet field, sensitivity's up full, still very quiet, so there's not a lot of junk, but there's also not a lot. But we're going to go down and do beside the river and see how that does. So that's where I'm heading just now. As I said, there's a couple of horses on the field with us. A bit skitterish because obviously it's the first time we've been on this field, but they're getting a bit more comfortable because I can see them up beside Martin, so stoked around up there. So we'll see how things go later on. I'm going to be stopping in about half an hour for something to eat. I'm getting starving. Anywho, on to the next. Well, next hole, the dreaded moo tube. Although horse tube, but that's the most recent one. It was a perfect signal, 1617. Thought it was, at least it was the first solid decent signal. Well, except that lead, but no iron grunt behind it, so I thought excellent, something, and then it was a moo tube. Oh well, on to the next. Well, most recent one, perfect signal, big bit of copper. Junk, but screamed at a 25, 26, but big junky bit of copper. But see, when I dug the hole and see when they popped the hole and I saw that, I went ooh, then I realised what it was. Oh well, anyway, on to the next. Right, that's us stopping for lunch. Last hole, wee bit of aluminium circle. Not that old, painted red, so bugger, but the horses are getting a wee bit more comfortable, they're coming closer. So we're going to stop for lunch, and it's been a very quiet field. There is iron down there, it's that quiet we could put the iron, the horseshoe on the Equinoxes, and even that's no finding hundreds, but at least it tells us the junk we're finding. So we'll finish this field, and if anything comes up, anything decent comes up, we'll let you know. Speak to you soon. First coin of the day, and it's a modern 1p. And I just dropped it and lost it again, but a modern 1p, spendable. Oh well, at least it's a coin. Anyway, on to the next. Right next to the hole where the penny was, there was another signal. A wee bit of aluminium, but 2 wee hexagonals. So no idea what that is, but it looks like it's got a wee bit of a clip there. So maybe a clip over, wee bit of jewellery, I don't know. I'm assuming aluminium because I can't see any markings on it, but I'll get it cleaned up when I get home. just two wee hexagonal parts stuck together, and it looks like a clip at the top. Anywho, that was right next to the penny, so we'll see where it goes, how it goes. I'll do more around here, and the horses are getting braver and coming over more, so fingers crossed it's looking up. Right, this is an unusual wee one. The signal was screaming, but it looks like a bit of corroded thingy, but there's a slight pattern on that. I don't know if you can see it, but it's very slight. I'll need to clean it up, and it's quite thick. I thought it was a shotgun end at first, then I realised it's quite small, and it's definitely not a bullet end, or sorry, a bullet cartridge end, but it's definitely got a wee bit of a design on there. Don't know if you can make it out, so I'll need to clean it up when I go home, and I'll put a picture up if I can find anything, but you can see lines around it. Anywho, an unusual one, and I'll see what I can find on it, but never seen anything like this before, so fingers crossed it's something good. And the battery's almost dead in my phone, so I'm going to be very picky, and I just dropped that, so I've lost it already. Anywho, I'll go and find it, and I'll see you in the next one. Okay, last hour we were thinking about moving to the woods, and then I found that it's an old coin. Can't make anything out. It's smaller than a halfpenny. It's a weird shape, but it's definitely not a button, so I can only think it's an old coin. Can't make anything out in it. I'm going to give it a clean up, and if there's anything I'll show you a picture. If not, I must admit when I first saw it I thought hammered, but it's no, I don't think, but it's basically, it's filthy, and I can't make anything out on either side. So, but as you can see, it's about the size of a hammer, but I don't think it is. Wishful thinking. So I'll clean it up after I pick it up, because I just dropped it again. Clumsy today. Anywho, I'll speak to you soon. If it's nothing, I'm not going to show it. If it's something, I'll put pictures up. Speak to you soon. Right, the phone's on about 2%, so can't see much more. We're in the wooded area, but first one is this. It looks a bit of slag, but there is a slight design on that, so when I get home I'll clean it up. We'll see how we go. No, it doesn't look like a bird, that's what I thought, but you can see the design on the top. It's solid, so it's no aluminium, so, or shouldn't say it's no a can. If it's aluminium, it's solid. I thought it was a bit of slag, but we'll see with that pattern on it. Anyway, on to the next, if there is one with this phone dying. Right, that's me finished for the day before the battery dies. An okay day. It was quiet, there wasn't hundreds of junk. The woods, the woodland part we got, it was a path through it, and it was a steep drop off of one side and then the fields at the other, so there wasn't a lot there. I found that wee bit of aluminium and a wee bit of tractor part, but got the chickens now. They're out wondering what's happening. There's 3 of them, they keep coming over thinking I've got food. Anywho, I'm hoping that's a wee hammer that I found. I don't think it is. I think it's a George sixpence and it's just toasted, but I can see a face on one side and some writing on the other, so I don't think it's hammered. I think it's maybe a farthing or a sixpence. It's just completely toasted, so we'll see when I get home and clean it up a bit. Anyway, until next time, get out there, detect and collect. PJ may be old, but I'm still trying.